Hello, guys. We have Ray today with us, and we're going to keep the podcast around 40 minutes. And Ray is a great creative genius. He started his career around 2001 as a project designer, and then after years, so now it's been what, 25 years, around 25 years, he created his company. He founded his company, Mindland, which help people to learn meditation and self-control. In this whole period, he has gone through bunch of different profiles. He worked as senior project designer, art director, creative design manager, show director, producer, creative director, published author, and much more. And then finally he came to found this Mindland, which is where we're gonna talk deeper with him what made him do that. So, Ray, floor is all yours. I would like you to introduce, give us a bit more about you, how your journey started, and then what made you start this company.
Thank you, Hans. Yes, well, I am Ray, as you mentioned. I founded, well, I have two companies right now. I founded Mindland and XP Retreats. Um, I'm also a former creative from Shanghai Disneyland. I have the fortune to work for the very creative company, which is Disney. And right now, I'm creative director in the theme park industry. I'm living in Dubai right now. I work for theme parks. So I have a full-time job and also I have my own business. Why is that? Because I am a very creative person. I want to keep my creativity flowing and also help people to reconnect on the creative side. And I want to give them tools to drive innovation into their lives and into companies because I think creativity is the main source of inspiration for everyone to live a life in purpose. So I have two um, main purposes of why I founded Mindland. Um, the first one, I need. So I think you're asking why if I am a creative person and then I changed to mental health and what kind of make me make those decisions. I always think that life is a journey and you are not meant to be one life and you need to make changes. If you don't change and you don't innovate and you don't evolve in life, you will not thrive, you will not be successful because life is not permanent, right? You should move, you should evolve. Otherwise, you'll be frustrated. So I changed my career many times. I started as an architect. Um, then when I graduated, I didn't like it so much, and I went to Spain and I studied theater as a performer. And then I had an opportunity to study art direction as a master's degree. Um, and then I changed to theater. I was working for theaters. I was designing scenery, TV, um, and then the environment they didn't make sense for me anymore. And then I feel lost and I went to India. In India, I studied meditation and yoga in Rishikesh, which I love. It's a small town in the north of India. I know your audience is from India, but many people don't know Rishikesh. I stayed there for a few months and I certified as a yoga and meditation coach. And then I wrote a book about it. And I stayed there, like teaching workshops and stuff for a few years as well. So I left the architecture, I left the creative side for a while, and I was teaching meditation. And then there's this opportunity to go to China, and I went to China just to study more about life and teaching kids and stuff to get money. And then I had this opportunity to apply for a job and in Disneyland because they were opening Disneyland. I have the credentials. I am a creative person and I have a master's degree in art direction. Why not? That's why you're collecting stuff during your life. And then I got the job. I got the job as art director in Shanghai, Disneyland, opening team, and it was a huge experience for me. That changed my life a lot because that gave me uh, a lot of knowledge and a lot of perspective, and I met a lot of people and give me more confidence to reach out to more people. So I said, why I need to leave one thing because of the other? I think I can thrive with both. I can be a creative person, I can have a full-time job, and I can also be a spiritual person, and I can help people. So I don't have to decide between both of them. So because sometimes you just say, okay, I need to leave my 9 to 5 job, and I need to be a founder or have a business because that's what everyone is doing right now. But I think for me, it's working both because I love my job. I still working in the theme park industry, and I think I love making designs to make people have fun. So I start combining these two ideas: theme park creative and spiritual mental health helper. And I found Mindland. Mindland, of course, of the mind, and land I just took it because like Disneyland and Mindland is a place where people can be
Mm-hmm.
creative
Mm-hmm.
and use the mental health as a tool or as a superpower. It's not only meditation for being a spiritual or for in the people link this to maybe spiritual or religious, but I feel it's more like a super tool uh, to manifest your dreams, to reach your goals, to be more focused. So you can take this on the other side of for all the entrepreneurs, all the people that are successful are focused, they are meditating because they need to be very clear on their minds what they want in life. So I think life is always changing, and that's why I'm always making these decisions to change country, to change career, because um, right now the world is evolving very fast with the artificial intelligence, for example, and so you cannot leave behind uh, and live the life that you were living 20 years ago. So you need to evolve. That's why I'm making all these changes. That's why but I think the core idea of this is to be brave and to dare to do the change. Because maybe you complain that your life sucks, but you don't do anything about it. So I think all the entrepreneurs or the business owners or the founders, all these people are very brave people because they really dare to make the change to get a life that they want, right?
Exactly. Exactly. And it sounds like a more of a very deep, thoughtful process, right? Rather than just choosing a career, which usually most of the people choose, you have taken a different route and gone deeper inside what you really, really like and enjoy as well. And you have seen all the powerful things which you feel about you, and then you have chosen them. So what was the specific movement that made you say, okay, this is time to do something comparing? What was that movement that trigged you?
Yeah, I think all these aha moments or changing moments are triggered mainly by lack of direction or lack of fulfillment or but for me it's like when I'm feeling too comfortable or too bored or I'm done losing excitement about life is when I want to make a change. So it's like from architect to performer, from performer to meditation coach, from meditation coach to the theme park, the creative, and now I am teaching creativity through retreats. um, so the last change, it was triggered by the loss of a friend. Um, and also the book that I wrote, it was trying I was trying to help him. I lost a friend. He has very troubled life. He was a very close friend of mine. He always said that he hear these voices inside his head and that is telling him to end his life. And I was very worried about him. So I wrote this book which is meditation, the ultimate superpower. And it has a small subtitle that says, how to defeat the villains inside your head. And that was inspired on him because I was trying to find out how to control your thoughts and how to be out motivated and self motivated and don't lose motivation about life and don't get all this motivation from outside. All the motivation needs to be from inside. So that's why I wrote the book, and I adapted it to him. Unfortunately, 2 years ago, he lost the battle. He left, but that was specifically the moment when I decided to make this last change and found my second company, which is XP Retreats. I think at the beginning when I found my online, it was the pandemic. Pandemic, it dragged us, it dragged us to the online world, the digital world, like now. So we can connect to each other by the computer, and we got used to it. We got used to work, to talk to computers and stuff. After the pandemic, I started seeing people that they want to go back to the real connection, to be in presential places, touching people, being face to face. So I went myself to a retreat, a creative retreat, and I said, this is exactly what I want to do. I want to combine all the creativity ideation processes that I have learned in Disneyland or in different theme park industry places, because we have specific processes how to make ideas, how to make people happy, how to accelerate their five senses for people to be happy, to feel happy when they arrive to these theme parks. So I have experience in storytelling, in immersive experiences, we call them sensorial and emotional design, that you design stuff for people to feel something. So I said, I'm going to create a retreat like this where people can go and learn tools about creativity, and people that are feeling lost, people that are feeling lack of creativity, that they feel they lack of purpose, they don't know why they wake up every day, or people that are lack of direction in their companies, maybe for marketing, you don't know even how to be creative anymore. So I putting together all these tools and all these ideation processes that are very fun, actually, brainstorming, all these things for you to apply in your life. Maybe you can apply in your house or in your life, or just make decisions more easily, or to be self-motivated all the time. If someone closes the door for you, if someone says not to you, you always have a plan B, or you always have a plan C. You always have the next step. You don't let yourself go down because you're creative. So you develop this creativity. And those retreats is like 5 days. I put 15 people together. I give them a lot of exercises, a lot of tools, a lot of problem solving strategies. So at the end of the retreat, they have a lot of tools and stuff to bring into their lives or into their companies, and they know how to find a purpose. And this is because of my friend, because he lost the battle, because he has no purpose in life. He didn't know why he's waking up every day. So that's why I founded the second company. That gives me a purpose, right? So that was my aha moment, the last trigger of the change.
It sounds very emotional and at the same time very intelligent to pick something, from the situation which was supposed to be sad, and you got something great out of it. I would love to know more about this retreat, which is Creative on Purpose. So tell us a bit more about how it works, which is your main experiential retreat, and what is something people may be thinking wrong about it. Just give us how it works, what happens in those 15 days?
Yes, so the name of the retreat is Creative on Purpose. Double meaning. I know this name is out there in many places, but I feel is you are creative to find a purpose, right?
Yeah.
First of all, retreat usually is linked for more spiritual context, right? Like people think about retreat and they think they are just sitting down, meditating, having yoga stuff, and I think if you analyze the word retreat, it means the act of moving back or withdrawing yourself from your life routine, from your uh, very fast-paced, stressed life, and you withdraw yourself and you put together with a group of people to focus on a certain topic. So that's retreat. We don't. That's the thing people get wrong. That retreat is just spiritual and it's very calm. This retreat is not calm at all. It's experiential retreat. That's why my company is experiential retreat. That means it's a very hands-on retreat with a lot of activities, many people um, doing their focus. They're 100% active. We are working the mind of the people through creativity, through experiences, through giving them tools to always keep the creative juices running, to find solutions all the time. So we give them problems and we get them to solve them. We give them um, stuff for them to write, for them to take photos, we give them a lot of material. We feed them very well. Is the food is amazing as well. And the core thing about this is that it's not in a conference place or in a closed room. We have 4 locations in the world. Uh, First of all, Dubai, because I live here, the Tuscany, Barcelona in Spain, and Mexico. So we choose places that are beautiful, that are inspiring, and that can give you the sense of calm and inspiration. So you are isolated with a group of people in a beautiful place with all your senses fulfilled, because that's part of the experience, the immersive experience. You have amazing food, you have great material, you have a lot of activities, and the thing is that the 5 days of the retreat doesn't happen in the same place. So we take you to different places to stimulate different parts of your brain. So I think it's a very interesting activity. And one of the core things of the retreat is that nobody knows what they're gonna do, because we say where are we going the previous day and what are we gonna do the previous day. So we don't have expectations. Of course, they know a little because they need to pay for it, right? They need to know where they're going. They need to know, yeah. But
So they
I
have
think,
a broad idea about the retreat, like it's gonna be 10 days and we will be jumping here and there, but they don't know exactly what's gonna happen next day. So it's zero idea about the next day and how it's gonna be.
yeah, I think we will show videos and stuff, so for them to know what kind
For
of things we're
sure.
gonna do. But we usually change all the activities and we make new activities, and the activities are linked to the place that we're going, so they can live. Uh, for example, if we are in Barcelona, we theme the activities in the art there, like Picasso and Miro and Gaudí, right? If you are in Tuscany, you are more in the Italian culture and the Renaissance artists and stuff. So we use the location as well as part of the immersive experience. Uh, Dubai, the desert, and all these beautiful places here is also uh, very inspiring. So I think if you live the retreat in different places, it's totally different. Um,
Yeah.
but the tools are the same.
So, and what has been the most powerful moment or big breakthrough during a private boot camp so far? Like something which happened totally different for someone, your student or someone who joined the retreat, and they were like, this is so awesome.
Yeah, so something that is really amazing is to see people discover that they are creative. Uh, People think that some people say that I'm not creative at all. They say that a lot to themselves. So because they think creative is only applicable for artistic people. So, but we give yes some artistic stuff, but we did a strategy, we did problem solving. We link this to ikigai. Ikigai is to live a purposeful life. Um, so it's like even we give the tools to get creative, how to manage your own feelings, how to manifest your dreams, how to take action, how to never give up and always keep going. So uh, uh, we get the feedback from both directions. Like we're boosting the creativity with amazing tools and exercises, but also people at the end they said, I feel like I am finding my purpose and I feel like having a sense of direction of my life again, and I feel like I have motivation and I'm willing to make changes in my life after this retreat. I want to start again. I want to found my company. I want to so this is the most beautiful thing at the end when we asked for the feedback. They said we came here, we live a lot of immersive experiences because we have them very entertain them. We entertain them a lot. They have a lot of fun. They are very creative, but at the end they are extremely highly motivated and they want to go back to the places to apply all these tools, right?
So now I'll go towards a bit of business side of it. So how easy
Yes.
is it for you to get people interested into this retreat? Do you have a marketing strategy? How do you get people inside this retreat?
Um, yeah, it was different. Before it was very different. It was challenging in the sense of reach. We have used different strategies to reach people, to get exactly to the right audience.
Exactly. Yep.
Before I was trying to go to companies myself, and I was pitching people and stuff. Right now, it's easy to reach everyone because you have the social media, you have all these tools. Digital tools to reach people more easily. Um, but the problem now is that you have more competition. There's a lot of offers out there. So I think what 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 we're trying to do now is to make a unique offer that is something that is not out there in the market, and it has a great, very clear message about what are they going to achieve with it. What is this investment gonna give you back in your life? Plus the experience of traveling, the experience of, I think people now are craving for more and more and more, right? So we try to really combine what we have the experience in theme parks and world-class theme parks like Disneyland. So we have a lot of experience on how to engage and entertain people, but also what is the outcome? When are you going to get back? So I think we're using this we're trying to create a very good marketing strategy to attract the right people and create a little of FOMO, like this is very exclusive and this is only happen 4 times a year and you don't want to miss it. This kind of thing. I think that's kind of the marketing we're trying to do right now. Plus, it's true, is very good, and I think attracting 15 people per retreat is not that difficult, but we're trying to be creative.
So how do you do that? Is it more on the side of paid ads or do you prefer more of organic marketing?
I think both. I think you need both. Organic marketing works well to create a community and to position yourself as a good option to deliver information, to show previous experiences or feedback from people. Um, and paid ads are great also to reach exactly the people you want to attend. the one that are gonna pay for it. Um, with less overthinking. I think when you have a community, they see the retreats and they are like, oh, I really want to go one day. I really want to go one day, but they are not action takers. But sometimes the paid ads reach the people exactly that are action takers, and that's very convenient right now in the digital world. Um, but with paid ads, we have to have a very clever ad, a video that is extremely well crafted to convince people fast because you're paying money, right?
Yeah.
With organic, you are just slowly by slowly, you are creating this community around it, and that's a little more slow. Yeah.
So, how has your marketing evolved over the years? You have been doing this from very long, and I'm pretty sure from the point you have started your business and now you have changed a lot of things on marketing. You have learned a lot. So how it has changed, how it has been evolved.
Yeah, as you said, is I've been here for a long time, and even before the internet exists. Imagine that. Can you imagine a world without internet? To make marketing is it was difficult. Um,
Yes.
my approach before, because I'm coming from a designing perspective, I am a designer
Uh-huh.
myself. I was more focused on the visuals, logo, the colors, branding, good copywriting, and you need to have a good salesman or sales team to go out and pitch people and offer to different companies and different schools or whatever. So you have to have a sales team to go out there physically and offer the but that and well at that time there was less competition, or it was not out there. Uh, people were not willing to make businesses more easily. Um, I remember I went to few yoga studios in town and offered my meditation workshops myself and begging them to give me the opportunity to teach there, or going to event venues and make partnerships with them because they have the clients, but I have the service. And it was not easy at all. You have to do a lot of moving yourself physically. Also, when I have 30 businesses before having this too, but all of them fail. These are not my first ones. I have a theater company and a production company. We used to create ads printed in local newspapers and magazines and distribute them around. And even we print flyers and give them out in schools and with discounts. And so what we're doing right now in social media, in seconds, you have to have a logistic of printing and distributing and stuff. So I think marketing is evolving amazingly. Um,
Yeah.
we went to even to radio, TV, and now we have podcasts, which is amazing. But it was a lot of
Absolutely.
struggle before. Yeah.
That seems like you have gone through newspaper marketing. You have also done radio. You have
Right.
also doing organic. Now you're also doing paid. So you have a taste of each and every part of marketing. If you have to
Yes.
build this business back again from scratch, what would be your first three steps with no money?
Um, Yeah, I think the first thing you need to do is define exactly what you want to do or you want to say, because being indecisive or not having clear what you want, it will cost you money and it will cost you a lot of struggle because people sometimes send the wrong message to the people because it's not clear. You don't even know what you want. So first define exactly what you want, minimize it, and have a clear message. And you have to expose yourself at the beginning and as an expert or passionate about this to build a little authority, um, or empathy or trust, and especially to build connection with the audience and to build a community. I think that's the first thing. Before selling, sometimes you cannot sell directly, especially in stuff about mental health, or they need to trust you, right? So you define what you want to do and create a community. That's the first step. And then once you have a community, you can create a great product or experience in my case.
Ah,
An experience is a product. So you can monetize it
yeah.
and
Hmm.
help someone to create products or to buy your product or to experience your product. So that's so the
Community
first step
and
is,
then product.
yeah,
Community.
define what you want, build a community, and create a great product. And I think I would add a step, the latest step, which is the most important one, which is be consistent, never doubt yourself, and be brave, and don't give up. Because this is the last part, because you can be clear, you can have the great product, but if you are not consistent and you are having doubts and you are not brave enough, you will give up. I gave up 3 times before, obstacles in the way, so I gave up. And I think uh, that's you should keep going always. If you believe in your product, yes.
What have been your one biggest hard way of learning into the business? You have had a lot of, previous failures. You have, left behind. This time you were like, no, I'm gonna do it no matter what. What has been your one hard way learning, and what changed after you worked on it?
Yeah, I think I kind of give a hint about this already, because I failed 3 times before. Uh, I have 3 companies. I had a lot of mistakes. I made a lot of mistakes with and learnings. I lost a lot of money. I got scammed. I paid fake mentors. uh, I I yeah, I cannot say I invested wrongly in my money. Um, and because of those things and the opportunity, and my life is changing a lot. Like I moved to China, I moved to Spain and stuff. I gave up all those businesses. This time, well, so what is the learning here? I learned to deal with disappointment, uh, and not to let the disappointment drag me down, but in the contrary, to bring me up, to fill me up. So I learned to be consistent, to be creative and find solutions all the time, not to give up on the first attempt or second. I learned to have many solutions, plan A, B, and C. Uh, not to avoid disappointment, but always to have what if not happen. I don't want to be negative, but I always have uh, a soft way to land. So I stay highly motivated, and I always have a new plan. And I also learn when to stop and when to change. Maybe this is going in the wrong direction. If I kind of fix it, then I stop it and I start a new idea. Um, I think life is about that innovation, constantly change, and you have to always. If it doesn't work, if something doesn't work, you need to keep going and find another thing.
Yeah, 100% agreed.
Um, that's why, and I learn a lot hosting these retreats and teaching people to do the same, right? Because if I'm teaching people to never give up and to have
That's so awesome. And what kind of mindset do you think creators or entrepreneurs need today to protect their mental health, while building something meaningful?
well, I like to say that is meaningful. It's not just building something to be rich, which is also the goal. But yeah, meaningful is important as well. Um, I think people need to be creative to protect their mental health. Um, because if they keep their minds busy in something positive, in and they keep their minds busy on a purpose, on a goal, they always have something to wake up for. They always have something to do. They are not depressed, or they are not dragged down by the issues or problems. Or having a business is extremely complicated, and dealing with money, people, and issues and problems is extremely complicated, and it could take you to a very dark place sometimes. Uh, so I think you need to really keep your mental health sharp and do meditation and be always clear on what you want in life and be creative on the solutions all the time. Always find a solution. There's always a solution. So yeah, I think being creative makes you feel alive. And so you need to find a passion and live it as use it as a life purpose. I think having this health habits, it will help entrepreneurs to keep the sanity in their minds.
What's your definition of success? Has it changed over time?
Yes, it has changed. I think before success was more dictated by society and family. When you are young, I heard a lot of you need to have a job, you need to finish your career, you need to have degrees, you have to climb the corporate ladder, you need to be a boss. So that's success before, right? I think right now that's in the past. Success for me today is being free, have financial freedom and location freedom, do what I love, and being healthy and live my life with purpose. So freedom, simplicity, and peace of mind. I think that's success for me.
Answer on point. What's one thing that architecture taught you that has nothing to do with building and
Okay, okay. Interesting. Well, architecture teach you a lot of things. It's a very hard thing to study. Is endless nights without sleeping. But one of the most important things is that everything requires time and process to achieve great things. So if you want to achieve great things, it cannot happen from one day to the other. So architecture teaches you that there's many phases and many processes and many thoughts and behind the final product. It can born in a napkin sketch, right? The architecture and end up being a city landmark. But in the middle, what happens in the middle is the most important part. All the processes, all the organization, the planning, the hiring, the bidding, quotations, everything in the middle is what makes the final result amazing. Um, maybe at the end is not the same result as the concept, but you have to learn also that also teach me architecture. You have to learn to solve all the issues in the middle but keep focus on the final goal. You need to focus on what do you want the end result to look like. And even if you have a lot of trouble and even you have a lot of issues, you need to learn to solve them to get the final result without compromising quality or
if we take you back 10 years ago, will you change your journey?
no.
No.
Exactly. I think the last 10 years of my life have defined a lot of what I am today. 10 years ago, 11 actually, I decided to leave Mexico for good. And I went to China and then all the magic started happening. Uh, I got the Disney job. I started working in theme parks. I published my book in 2 languages. So I think when you get out of your comfort zone and you be brave and you decide that your life at that moment is not enough for you, this is not what you want, and you're not comfort, and you feel this is mediocre, how do you say? Mediocre. Sorry, it's not my language. And you feel this is not enough for you, and you are brave to make the change, then your magic start happening in your life. So 10 years ago, exactly, I decided to leave my country, to leave my family, and to start living my life outside and at the comfort zone in a different language, different culture, And I've been feeling alive, extremely alive for the last 10 years. So I think, yes,
So,
10 years ago I was depressed and I was in this pivot moment, but I think that is when I made a change.
so you won't be changing anything at all.
Um, I think life is made of all what you are today, and your life is made of all experiences, even bad or good. So I think no, I would not change anything. I well, if it's like details, I would love to maybe uh be more athletic or do more exercising 10 years ago to this kind of details that maybe, but you still can fix a lot of stuff. It's never too late. I think my career
That's
right
awesome.
now is I I feel right now I'm in my 40s. Young people like you right now have different outcome of life. I would love this internet phase and this all these opportunities of business to have them 10 years ago. Like right now, there's a lot of tools that maybe I'm being successful in my 40s. I would like to be successful in my 30s or in my late 20s, like many of the young people right now. That's the only thing, but not, I don't want to change something in me. I want to change something in history that internet and social media started 10 years earlier, maybe, or something like that. Like all these tools that are now. That's the only thing.
That was a pretty decent answer. Thank you so much, Ray, for jumping on this podcast and giving us your precious time. And I know it's anyone watching this from the side of business or creativity are gonna get a lot of value. For anyone who wanna reach you out, can you give a bit of details? How can they reach out and how can they know more about your retreats, which is Creative on Purpose?
Yes. So my social media, Instagram is lower case, how to say it? Lower dash. I don't know the name.
Underscore.
Lower
Underscore.
underscore Rei Vila with a V and underscore again. So that's Instagram. I have my LinkedIn is Rei Vila. Um, so that's, and in my LinkedIn you have everything. You have my email and my portfolio and everything there. For the retreats, I'm gonna the web page will be live in 1 month because we are preparing the retreat. We're gonna launch the next retreat in November. So we are preparing. I think it's gonna be, yeah, in 1 month. So that's xpretreats.com.
Okay, that is
xpretreats.com.
awesome. And
Yeah.
I'm also going to put the links inside the description for anyone who want to connect back with you so that that will be easier for the people to just connect back with you and know more about the program.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you, Hans. It was very interesting questions.
Thank you so much for giving your time.